I was talking before how a temple should be, windows should be big and open, a holy place in comparison to Satmar. And I mentioned when a holy place should be open and transparent. The worst place to be a victim is by your own. You see this by the story with the Shlomo HaMelech when he had 1,000 bitches running around Yerushalayim doing all their avodah zaros, making different temples and shrines to the avodah zaros. So he had Jewish slaves that he worked them to death. He would work them, and there was no v'nitzak. Even God didn't hear them. There was no v'nitzak el Hashem, and his son was even worse. Chavam was his name. He said, I'll be like a scorpion, I'll be 10 times worse, you won't know. So when people look to be in a holy place, and that's what it is, not a school. You don't need a school to indoctrinate kids. You just need a shul where you come and you have a holy place where you meet people. So if the kid cries out, no one's going to listen, even God's not going to listen. But if you're a slave in Mitzrayim, then it's a beautiful story. God saved you from the bad guys, so you should remember that there's Amalek and there's the bad guys. Because if everybody's good, what do you need a religion, and then everybody's out of business? Right? So you always need that someone's bad, and we never figured out what was so bad about Goyim. So the Alter Rebbe came and told us, a bad yid is better than a good guy, but a bad yid is chayiv misa. A good guy, if he keeps 7 mitzvahs, he lives. So let's kill the bad yids that have the chelik elikami ma'amamish. Of course, there's so many people that are ready to cover up this story for so many reasons, and they find it to be urgent. So it's so urgent for them that the actual thing, even if they have a drop of empathy to care for the boy, they don't have time. Empathy they have, but they don't have the time because they're busy working so hard to save the name of Judaism that Hitler was chasing. Meanwhile, there's going to be nothing left. All the suicides and the off the derechs and all that. So just want to thank that guy Hasidic, the what the fuck moments he calls himself on Facebook. He reposted the video a few times until I'm so emotional about it. Until it went to the news. There was a woman on his page. I don't know her name. I almost got it. She kept reporting those videos, and she gave an excuse about child safety. No one knows why she's doing it, but remember, nature is very, like science, you could study anything. Nature is very diverse. The amount of species that we have, the amount of types of people. So they come in so many shapes and sizes, but we know that this kid needs his safety and this man needs his justice. But you'll have so many types of people that will lend a hand and help this guy, even if they don't like him. They need this story covered up for their reasons, the way they feel, the way they think, their worldview. So that's why the focus is even more needed, because it could go on and on. Wow, it's amazing to catch something like that. And also the newspapers, when they publish this, no one's reading it because people look at it, they don't know the difference between one chassid and the other. It's the inside that have this dream and myth that there's an image to protect. It gets them thinking. You know, when a newspaper or even when a Newsweek covers an article about abuse, it's the reporters are doing a job. It's not anti-Semitism. The reporters are doing it. The only one that are going to read this article, who's interested in this, is the people themselves. So if you're writing about a criminal, he's the guy reading the article. And he's reading it because he thinks someone else is reading it. But if you told him to his face, you're doing something wrong and you're doing something harmful, and so on and so forth, he's not going to listen to you, and he doesn't care. But when he sees that you publicize the story, that's when he reads it, and that's when you come across, and all you want to do is come across them and tell him, come to your senses. Thank you for watching Sheni V'Chamishi.